Let's get started. Today is August 26th. Meeting of the Conservation Commission starts at 7 p.m. First agenda item is RDA for proceeding of the replacement of septic system. Mary, can you read the public notice?
Yeah, we're right here.
Perfect.
Notice is hereby given in accordance with the Wetlands Protection Act that the Upton Conservation Commission will hold the following public hearing on Wednesday, August 26th. 7 p.m. A request for determination of applicability filed by Robert Stockton for the installation of a new leaching field and replacement of septic tank at 250 Milford Street.
Good evening. My name is Rhonda Tewodros. I'm here with Alpha Omega Engineering, representing my client, Robert Stockton. And this is a 5-unit, 1-bedroom each. And I believe it used to be a motel a while back, and we converted it to 5 residential units. And the septic system had failed, so that's why we're replacing it with a new one. This area here is a wetland. It was flagged, I think, Joe Bellino, and I know Mary had blocked it and she agrees with it. The closest point from the septic to the wetland is about 62 feet. The tanks, we're replacing the tanks where the existing tanks used to be. And it's about 37 feet. So just the tanks only that's gonna be replaced in that spot. It's about 37. And the entire leaching field is more than 62 feet away. They're gonna be installing hay bales and silt fence for erosion.
Exactly.
Right here.
Yeah,
It's all actually goes all the way down. From the building all the way down.
What is the current land use there? Is it lawn?
Yes, right now it is lawn. And actually that old system was there. If you see it in this like there, so it was closer actually to the wetlands. And we're moving it further down. Yeah, so there's no trees to be cut. This area is just it's like grass, gravelly.
250, is that where the restaurant used to be?
Yes. Yeah. The restaurant actually is right here.
Okay.
I believe it's also been converted.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure I was the right.
Yeah.
Any comments from the commission? Mary, do you have got to ask you?
Yeah, so as she said, the wetland delineation is fine. My only concern was that this property has had a bunch of landscaping kind of waste dumped near the wetland. And here's just a picture of the site where it's going to go. There's the building. And then you can see the wetland flag. It's in the picture here somewhere. It's right somewhere in here, I believe. But all this is like branches, leaves, whatever that is. The pile is quite high. And so I would just ask.
That's in the one.
Well, I
Very
think it's right at the edge. Oh, there's the flag, I think. A little bit of pink is the flag.
How tall is that pile? It looks big from the photo, but it's hard.
I would say 10, 12 feet, but remember the land is also sloping here, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
difficult to tell, but how much of that is pile and how much of it is hill.
Looks like a lot of pile though.
Yeah, it's very
And
bit of
up in
pile.
that tree. So
Oops.
maybe it's buried at the base of the tree a little bit.
Yeah, and then here's another look at it. It's a fair bit of pile. And then, there's been work on the site before. There's old silt fence that should come out. Whenever they put the new one in, it'll probably be in the same place. Should clean it up. And there's a little bit of debris. I saw like an old wicker chair set, kind of in the woods there. So just things like that will be cleaning up. And then I guess a question for this site, back to plans, is would the commission like to see bounds I think it might
Yeah.
be useful considering the dumping
Yeah, so
and the fact that, you know, it's not just a single resident, there's a lot of people living in here, just kind of. Do you know if they must have one person mow their lawns though?
Yeah, he probably have like a management company.
Yeah, management company to mow the lawns, but.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not sure exactly, the tree line. Is maybe around 30 feet from the wetland edge approximately.
Yeah.
So maybe, and then it does kind of slope down, so maybe along 30 feet. I mean, that's typically what we do, but that might be a good option.
Yeah, is it okay with everyone?
Yeah, I think the town should go.
Should we, or remove of that file?
I think we should ask them. Yeah.
Yeah, I did talk to him and I informed him and I emailed him your report and he agreed that everything's gonna get removed out of there. And actually the silt fence, he said that he didn't put it there, so he thinks,
It's really old.
yeah, he thinks it's from the original septic, which was done like 25 years ago.
That's basically that stuff last year. Yeah, so,
Actually, are the slopes significant enough that we need, silt fence and hay bales? Because we've often been using, you know, basically, compost tubes.
right, the compost tubes, let's see.
Do you,
Remember, did this one call for just this, it had the silt fence and the straw
Think that-
bottles?
Yeah.
the straw bottles and silt fence? Are
Yeah,
the slopes
there's a little bit
call
of
for that?
slope. It's not completely flat. What's the drop? It's like. So it's 342 kind of up here and then 334, so it drops 8 feet. I think we just try to, you know, usually it calls for a final inspection to make sure people remove it.
Didn't you say hay bales, though?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't say straw bottle, huh? I'm stuck on the old times.
Okay. Any other comments? Anyone online? Any comments? Any, members of the public other than the commission?
How many bounds? Like at least 4? It's a pretty, you know, long area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Four
5.
sounds good. Over the,
Yeah, it's after behind the building, the trees kind of closer in and the wetland gets further away. This is kind of the main area where it's close. Okay, 4 bounds, approximately 30 feet. Okay. Is this on the side of the building or behind it? I can't really tell.
And well, so this is the street
Okay.
and this is how the building is laid out. So, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of deceiving when they did it.
Sandy, I'm standing kind of near the street, and so the septic's gonna go in here and the building's back there, and then the main building where the restaurant used to be is over here.
Okay, well, anything else? Are we ready to close this? Motion to close it with those conditions?
second,
Any discussion? Hearing none, I issue, a negative determination. I'm not sure what number, Mary.
Oh, well, it's 2615, but no, there's no DEP number.
Right, but I meant, negative.
Oh, which number that? Yeah, negative. So we'll do a positive 2A for the wetland delineation and then -3.
-3 with some conditions.
Yeah.
That's my.
Okay.
aye.
Sandy, aye.
Eleanor.
My God.
Marcella, I.
So, Canada. Okay, so that's unanimous of the members present.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
All right, next is 169 South Solar, that's been continued. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have any, you mentioned,
Yes, so they would like to be on September 9th. I did not pick a time for them. So we already have on September 9th, 7 o'clock an NOI and 7:10 is 3 Centennial Court.
third. 7:30, 7:30.
It's perfect.
And then, let's see.
So you could probably do a motion to do that.
Thank you. Motion to continue the NOI for 160 South Street.
To September 9th, 2020. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? My time.
All right.
Sandy, aye.
Marcella, I.
All right, so we've got a few more minutes till we get to the RDA for Elm Street. Don't go to administrators report.
We have to wait until the exact.
I would make.
You get a lot done, some of that.
Especially if you were on the show.
I don't run the show anymore.
Motion to.
Until Bruce Sandy or something.
All right, so just an update on Kiwanis Beach Road, the resident has been very concerned about drainage there. I talked with the engineer thinks it's gonna be fine. Resident isn't convinced, so hopefully I gave them each other's phone numbers, hopefully they talked and figured it out. If not, I'm sure we'll hear. Dennis came in and kind of reported that they're starting their detention basin cleanup. The ones he mentioned, Crosswinds and Stagecoach. He's going to be doing some work on the Trask property. He also wants to address washouts at Lakeview Cemetery that are undermining the road. He's hoping to install riprap. So this, I haven't had a chance to take a look at it. I believe he's hoping this would fall under the DPW kind of general permit. I'll take a look at it, but it seems like a good idea. We don't want washouts going down into the lake. And then 12 South Street. A resident called DPW with concerns about runoff onto the street from 12 South Street. I've been back and forth a little bit. The owner of 12 South Street does not believe it's him. He says it's because of DPW work, and the DPW just emailed and said it's not us. So I better do a site visit. It doesn't sound like it's a major washout, but if it is coming from the home, we should make sure that doesn't happen again. All right. 73 Crockett Road. I'm gonna pull up my report for
Yeah, I'm saying,
We can share.
Yeah, it's one right.
Right, so 73 Crockett Road. They were in front of us recently, you'll remember, because they wanted to reconfigure their deck and they did a minor modification. They are doing work. They already have an NOI for basically major remodeling to a house on the lake. As part of it, they decided to put this drainage trench in, which goes along the rear of the house. The road's this way, their septic is up here. And then it goes around the house and ends fairly near the lake, maybe 20 feet away. So their goal in doing was to prevent water from puddling in this area. Apparently there was like rot on the wood and the foundation and stuff like that. So actually, I believe we found out about this from the neighbor. The neighbor is very concerned. He's concerned that septic leachate will somehow, potentially get into this drainage point, and this drainage will act like a channel to dump stuff into the lake. That's a concern.
how deep is,
It's like a foot.
yeah, so that.
Is there
The
a pipe in
septic,
there?
how's the septic gonna get there?
Yeah, well, I can see the man's concern. I can see imagining it happen. I did talk to the engineer who did the project. And he basically said, well, as long as you're more than 18 feet away from the leaching field, there should be absolutely no concerns whatsoever. And anyway, the neighbor is just very, and the Board of Health talked to their agent. He's like, it's absolutely fine. But the neighbor's still concerned. So I think this was not included on their original project. So I'm just going to ask them to come in to do a minor modification, just so they go through the proper process and it gets on the as-built. I don't see it as a concern. I think in general, it's better to have more stormwater.
Yeah.
And it's not, I don't think I have the picture showing where it ends, but it ends in a dry well 20 feet from the lake. It's not like it's a pipe dumping into the lake. So I don't have major concerns. So that's that. An update on peer review. I think you guys are mostly up to date with that. Yeah, Centennial Court, the peer review has been submitted. They've asked for a continuance so their engineer can review the data and they'll be on the next meeting. And we did end up going with the cheaper person because they could both do it in about the same amount of time.
Yeah, the report seemed to have been pretty thorough.
Yeah.
And it was fast.
Yeah.
They did it fast and it was.
Yeah, I worked with Chuck before in Webster and he always is a very detail oriented person. He does a good job. So. And almost time, not quick time. Nipmuc Athletic Fields, they're still working on their plans and they want to put in a septic system now for the little concession stand. Because in order to connect to the sewer, the sewer connection, I guess, is on the other side of the building and they don't want to redo the pipe and everything. They're afraid it's going to be more expensive to pipe it than to connect, but then it's going to be close to the wetland. So that was why they called me. I told them that we in the past have granted waivers for that, but that's when the, very strict lot sizes. In this case, do we need a septic system there? And I think it's kind of it's a question of what's necessary.
It's gonna be a full bathroom or sink water, basically.
It's going to be a bathroom because they need to provide, because they're doing concession stand, they have to have a bathroom. For the public. Big of a bathroom.
And
They can't use water parties or? Well, I know I just found the only reason is when I was, coaching and stuff down at the VFW, we had a concession stand for baseball and there was a porta potty.
They could use porta potties, I'm sure.
So
what about the employees?
they use the porta potty.
Yeah.
But the concession stand must have a sink, you would hope.
Yeah.
How close to the wetland?
They didn't say, they said within 100 feet.
Within feet.
It just,
They can't be within 50, right? I mean, that's.
Yeah.
How close
This
is it
has to be
putting
50.
septic systems to wetlands now? Are we 50 feet or are we 100 feet? We used to be 100
our
feet.
town law is 100 feet.
Right.
Sometimes we,
Waiver, though.
yeah, I mean, just the last system we just looked at was 60, was 62 feet.
But that's a repair.
It's repair, yes, so this would be a new system. That
Have they gone before the Board of Health? Yes.
they're still designing. This is just kind of a theoretical question. Can we do this?
Well, then I think that if they're gonna put in bathroom with like 2 stalls, yes, have them have septic, because that's not gonna be a septic that could support a public toilet of like 10 stalls, like you go into some of these athletic field, buildings and you've got showers and, for that, I'd have to think hard, but just a men's and a women's and a couple of sinks for the concession stand. I think we could be lenient.
Well, the question is, they need to show us that there's no alternative other than, well, they don't want to do the sewer line, we understand that, but there's no alternative location for the septic or the concession stand, so.
Right. Yeah,
they should be able to show us that.
And they may want to think long term, they're spending all this money on these fancy athletic fields and then they want to cheap out on, you know, a septic type system, then it boxes them in. They can never grow that concession stand to something else. If they put in connection with the sewer, they've got a lot more flexibility for the future. Otherwise, why spend all this money for building fields that are, they want to use?
Look at $11+ million project.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like,
it's expensive.
it seems like short-sighted
Yeah.
to try and cheap out there.
It doesn't sound like they have a plan. It sounds like they're just in the brainstorming stage. Is that right?
Well, they gave us a plan a
Yeah,
while back, and
well-
then they discovered the vernal pools and they're
It's a tough spot. It's a lot of wetlands and vernal pools and it's a complicated spot.
Chris, what? Oh, Chris is, you got it, Chris. Chris is asking, will the restroom be handicapped accessible?
right. I would think it would help.
You know, I think so. too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Okay. All right. Well, it's past
Okay,
7:20.
let's move on to the RDA for 124 Elm Street replacement of a septic system. Mary, could you read the with notice, please?
Notice is hereby given in accordance with the Wetlands Protection Act. The Upton Conservation Commission will hold the following public hearing on Wednesday, August 26th at 7:20 p.m. Requested for determination of applicability filed by Brian Hewson for the replacement of a failing septic system at 124 Elm Street.
Bill Housing, land planning. Yeah, 124 Elm Street, they have a failing system in the backyard here somewhere. We didn't determine where it was. But clearly it's within 100 feet of their well. So we went out and did some soil testing. We found an area that would work. Meets Title V, meaning at least 50 feet from the wetland. Up front, we have ledge outcroppings, shallow ledge, we can't go there. Radius of the well takes up most of the yard, so we're kind of stuck with one spot. Did soil testing, found adequate soils for septic system. So we were able to design that. Basically, it's kind of keeping the existing grade, and keeping it. The slopes are very shallow here, so we'll have water runoff. Wetlands were delineated by Scott Heim before we did the project. Proposing straw wattles in the siltation barrier up here, and primary suggestion putting in 3 bounds of the 30-foot by the work area.
Where's the old system again?
It's in here somewhere.
Okay,
It's an older house.
so you wouldn't wanna replace it
Well,
because it's too close?
yeah, if we can make it, Title V distance from the well, keeps the drinking water safe.
Okay.
So we look at all those things too.
It's in radius.
Yeah. And there's a well next door at Gentili's house, and their radius is here. So we're kind of sandwiched into that one spot to meet the code.
Mary, any comments?
Yeah, no, they did a great job with this. I had no issues with the wetland delineation or anything. And I did talk to the homeowner. There's a few piles of grass clippings right at the edge of the wetland. It's nothing big like the last one. But I just mentioned to him that maybe he could just, in the future, put him in a different spot, because he does have some area of his lawn that's much further away from the wetland that's in the back. So he agreed to that, and I think the bounds is great.
Why so close? I mean, they seem to be so close, compressed together when the wetland area is fairly wide there. I don't know.
Extend it to the right.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it should follow sort of the contour
What are you thinking?
somewhere around here, right? Especially, I don't know where the grass clippings were and where they, and I don't know the contour of the land there, but it seems like
It's pretty flat.
pretty flat. Like, someone, let's say the house sells in the future, they might not realize that, 3 little wetland things way off to the left. They may be encroaching.
Electricians, but
Yeah.
the area between 0 and 30 feet, is that lawn for the most part? Or,
In here, it's woods.
okay, what about,
Here's the edge of the lawn, we located that much of it with green here.
so if we put the bounds for some additional bounds to the right, we could replenish the lawn. Is that
So you're thinking like in here somewhere?
well, it's 30 foot, along,
Yeah.
along 30 foot.
So maybe we put 1, 2, maybe a third one here. Instead of having them so close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what, is there a reason why you don't want to put it on the right there? So that it basically the whole
There's a
concept.
pool right here, yeah.
Where the pool?
There's a pool up
There's a pool
here.
right here.
I think,
So the pool's within the 30.
I think it's supposed to,
Pool is like 30 feet, pretty much on the line.
And then there's a fence around the pool or something or patio or something.
Which is okay if it's wide.
So which side of the pool is 30, the,
Right to the edge of the pool.
that
Yeah.
top edge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where were the piles of clippings and garden debris?
they were closer to the proposed septic location.
Over.
Yeah, they were over there, pretty much right at the edge of the wetland.
Well, could we extend the bound line to behind the pool?
So you're thinking like somewhere over here?
Yeah, and then another one on the other side of the pool.
Something like that and that.
All right, here's the yard. Let me get it.
We need to give some room behind, along the side of the
So
pool.
the septic is going right in here approximately, right, for the.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, shed, yeah.
Yeah, okay, here's the shed, right?
Yeah.
So it's going behind the shed and then the wetlands up in here. And then, so they have some wooded along here, but I think if you do it 30 feet from the wetland here, you might be in grass, right?
Over here, we might,
Yeah.
yeah, we located this far, yes.
Try to keep the 30 feet except by the pool, where you might maybe need to go a little, or like 25. You want them to be able to go around the pool, right?
And then the wetland, I think, kind of curves this way.
Yeah, it's okay.
So there's the pool. And it continues to go that way. But yeah, the whole backyard is pretty much within the 100-foot buffer. So yeah, just be, I guess, maybe to the last bound kind of.
Yes.
The
The
pool.
other side of the pool will be the last one.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want, maybe you need 4 bounds instead of 3, but you could spread those 3 out and see if you need a 4th.
So if we put one there and say one over here. Grass. So leaving some.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Take out the middle one.
We'll get rid of that. So you think 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I'll do is I'll revise the plan and get it to you, so. we're same page.
Any other comments for the commission or anyone online? Anyone else in the public? I don't think we have anybody here. All right, hearing none, the motion to close the hearing and issue a so it would be
Plus 2A.
a 3 and a
Right.
no move.
Second.
Second, any discussion? Mike,
Tom, I.
Sandy, I.
Alan, aye.
Marcella, I.
you there, Chris? Good work, Chris. Thank you for that.
Thank you much.
All right,
We're very
thank
nice.
you. Okay. Thank you.
See you.
Next is, analyze the presentation record, let me continue, so, have a motion to continue that until, September 9th at, 7:45.
I think it's already 7:10.
All the comments.
Yeah, that's okay. I already talked with him and. But,
That's something. Vote.
Second.
We need to discuss these. Oh my God.
Tom, I.
Sandy, I.
Alan,
Marcella, I.
Chris was I.
Chris was up. Yeah, sure. All right, so we can go back to, administrative report.
So National Grid, I think we mentioned last meeting that they had put some temporary wetland alterations in a place that they had not included in their notice of intent. And this was noticed by Kiara's significant other, Tim or Tom Salt, I can't remember. Anyway, he noticed it and notified us, and that was great. So they're being very responsive. They're gonna fix, write it all up and fix it. And after talking with Chris, Chris is like, yes, they should absolutely do it. And an amendment requires a fee though. And the way our fee schedule works is it says amendment fee is the same as the NOI fee. And in this case, the NOI fee was like $500 on the town side. And I thought maybe we could just tell them $100. I don't know that we have to, but it just seemed like, hey, because they're still gonna pay the 110 legal fee.
National Grid.
National Grid, yeah. Or just tell them the whole thing if you guys want.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
This is just kind of putting, encapsulating the work that they did that wasn't permitted properly.
And where is this?
Offside mill,
Okay, way out there. Okay.
I'm okay with the discounted fee because it's just like a small amendment, given the huge scope of the project
right,
that
exactly.
they're doing, this is like a tiny drop.
Yeah, that's kind of, and also they did ask if they would have to notify their abutters. And they said, we don't think we need to because they only notified the abutters in the area where there were actual permanent wetland alterations. And if you think about this project, the abutter notification is huge
Yeah.
because it runs through a lot of things. So for the original project, they only notified the abutters where there were permanent wetland alterations. And so because this does not include permanent wetland alterations, it's all temporary, I told them they don't have to notify the abutters.
Yeah, that sounds fine because it's gonna be restored and
Right.
I have full confidence that they're gonna do a decent job.
All right, so that was just kind of he's gonna submit it tomorrow or probably in our next meeting, or I don't know if he's submitting it tomorrow, he's gonna submit it soon. But I'll tell him that he doesn't have to pay the full $500. And Orchard Street is pretty much done. They'll be looking for a partial certificate soon. And then I went out with the interns to see the work they've been doing at District Med Schoolhouse. They've done a lot of work. So this is just one area. All the kind of little gray is like stuff they've pulled out. So there's a lot of it. This is just one section. There's like 4 or 5 more sections like this.
How many are there? Kids? How many interns?
It's just 2.
Two?
Yep.
They're really going great guns this year.
They've done a good job. Yeah. Yeah.
And to Mike's point, yes, I think they should be awarded a lunch.
Sorry.
This is their last week.
Yeah, I think Owen, his last day was potentially yesterday, and then Reed was like next week. Well, that's. If they go to school. I would say that's, that. Maybe something reminded me. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. That's nice. And 19 Miriam, they're just getting started. 80.
We're taking a lunch or giving a little bonus, chicken and good gifts. Whatever you think.
You think they'd be available next week?
You can ask them. Yeah.
It'd be nice, I think it'd be nice to take me.
And that's pretty much.
Not Thursday night.
It's in a town meeting.
At 5.
So you guys thinking literally lunch, like 12 o'clock sometime?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
All right.
I guess you could do Thursday if that worked for me. No one else.
There's a meeting in the evening.
The meeting's at like 5 or
Is that
something.
fine?
Yeah. Alright, that's it for me.
Okay, administrative report, Lauren.
Hello, everyone. I'll share the minutes if I can pull them up. So these were from, was it August 12th? I think. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, page 12.
Okay. Did anyone have any comments on these?
I have to apologize, I didn't get to absolutely look at them. But.
No worries.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, right. I need not.
Marcella, usually our reviewer.
What's that?
Do you have any comments on these?
No,
Marcella?
no, they look fine.
Okay, so. Motion to approve the minutes for August 12th. 26th. Come on.
Second.
Mike, I'll abstain because I didn't have a chance to read it, but.
Tom abstain.
Sandy, I.
Marcella, I.
Chris? Chris, did you vote on that?
Which you said.
Aye, so, okay, majority vote.
Okay, and then for the voucher, I'm not able to pull it up right now. I forgot that we're switching over to a new system internally, and conservation hasn't switched over yet, so I didn't pre-save it, and I am not on the
I think I could pull it up, Lauren, maybe.
Okay, thanks.
It's in the Google Drive.
Oh yeah, they are in the Google Drive. I forgot about that. Yeah, I remember it was for a legal ad, a DPW water bill for the community garden, and $30 from Koopmans.
Here it is.
Need a motion to pay the bills?
What is the water bill?
Community Garden has a water hookup now. So on the gardeners, it's $100.
Oh, okay.
There,
I thought it was just a truck they pulled in there or something, filled it up with water.
well, it used to be something like that. And then one of the gardeners was very like, we need our own hookup and pushed it through. That gets shut off in the fall and they, spend, I know Lauren, it'd be interesting, to see, they maybe spend $300 season on water.
Chris, we have a motion to pay this voucher.
So moved.
Second,
Yes, any discussion? Oh my God.
I.
Sandy, I.
Marcella, I.
This was that.
Chris, did you say aye?
Yeah.
Aye, Chris was it? All right, anything else, Lauren?
No, that's all for me.
Thank you. The Open Space Committee. Bill.
Oh, yeah, Bill. In fact, he's probably on mute. Oh, he's got his hand raised. A lot of talk. Well, you can't be a panelist, It's like papers. Yay, Bill.
So all that to tell you I've got nothing.
Thank you. All right, Land Stewardship Committee. Not much more than nothing. We talked a little bit about the lunch for the interns. Let's, Mary, can you talk to them and figure out a good day or two? And then we can email around and get it set. Anyone have any thoughts of where we could go?
It's local.
Yeah.
Is, Rose Garden okay?
Sure.
So shoot for the Rose Garden, they're not open Monday, so, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That works. Okay,
They only need one on the bills.
and then, the other thing I just wanted to mention, just,
It's fine.
I got a call from,
Yeah, but they only need one signature.
Oh.
She only needs.
I thought you were everybody.
no, that was for us.
No.
They just stamp for them. Anyway, mowing, we got a call from Greg Trussell, he's wondering about him doing mowing, Stephens this fall. I talked to you guys, also, I think Howard's Glen needs to be mowed this fall, the, shrubs are beginning to get overgrown there. Yeah, I talked to Barry Willie about a month or so ago, he asked about that, he was even more Howard's Glen, so, is there a right to fund Greg for Howard's Glen, maybe a couple days at, 7,
Did you do Stephens last year?
we do stuff.
No, it got wet, or we didn't
And
go up there because it was just too wet.
That field of his gets wet.
Yeah, no, I just wondered, 'cause I think every other year is enough to do it. And if they didn't do it last year. then
okay, so, I make a motion to ask to fund, maybe 3 days total, mowing.
Make sure they do Howard Glen.
Right, Howard Glen plus, Howard Glen plus 3 days of set. How's that? And it'll be late fall, to the unspring. We'll try to do usually. Okay. So is there a second,
Second.
any discussion tonight? Hearing none, Mike, aye.
Tom, I.
Sandy, I.
Alan,
Marcella, I.
Okay, I'll let Brady know. The other thing, just, do we want to continue to have him, plow the Rocky Meadows lot? Any judgment of that?
Seems to be working.
Been doing a good job there. Years. All right, so all I had for stewardship. But I had Forest Heights trail planning parking lot on the agenda. Mary, could you I sent the imagery around late this afternoon? Was it in the email?
Yeah. Just.
Okay, so just Forest Heights, remember, we've got two alternatives for the parking lot. One is on the southeast corner, the other is at the northeast corner. This is the southeast corner, and it's around I draw that through that line, it's around 260 feet from the house. Tighter to the driveway. That area is currently not wooded. There's a bunch of knotweed there that probably needs to get mowed at some point. The trail currently has been reestablished and it ends right there, right in that area. Then loops around off to the west. So what I was gonna ask people is this, if we could get a cost estimate to build a parking lot at that corner. And potentially go for CPA funds at the fall town meeting. I personally like this location a lot better. At the other location, you need to clear a bunch of trees, it's wooded. Got a very low stone wall you'd have to breach. Plus there's that potential indigenous stone feature there. And to me, that stone feature is close enough that you probably should worry about what might be theirs in subsurface. Some of these stone features, they have found, they found some evidence of subsurface, remains or cultural features near these stone features, so. Chris? You trying to call? Okay, okay. So anyway, I think, and plus we have a letter from Tina from maybe 6 months ago or so now. Tina Washington to SHPO, tribal SHPO, excuse me. Who would like us to avoid that area. What are your thoughts?
Well, they spoke to me about it, because they saw all the flagging. So they asked me about it. They about it, yeah. So they asked me about it, I told them that they're looking for a parking lot down there next to the thing. They are concerned, they just wanna know exactly what's going on, and they probably wanna, talk about it. They weren't, positive. That's all. I mean, but they didn't seem like, they were gonna lose their mind or anything, but,
Did this seem like the first they had heard of it?
yeah,
Because we've
Yeah.
been talking about it for a while and I wondered.
yeah, no, they
Earlier.
just asked me, cause I saw all the flagging in the woods and stuff. So they asked me about it, so I told them, and then I told them there is an alternative to that spot. And I said, it's further down the road, I said, but, the commission is pushing for this spot. And they'd like to know more about it.
You might as well come in.
They can come to it.
Yeah. And what would be good though would be, how big is that gonna be and all that other stuff, that would be information they want to have.
Yeah.
Maybe we could flag it or something. so
Yeah,
they
that
can see
actually,
it.
that would be nice if we could flag it. And they could see it better. Their concern also is the trail is privacy, is how close is that trail gonna
Actually,
be?
the trail is quite a distance from there.
Okay,
It loops,
does it loop the top
it
or the
loops
bottom?
towards the top,
Okay,
kind of the middle of the property, middle north, I'd say. Is where the trail is.
And it starts near the parking lot, but it very quickly goes kind of
Up,
into the
up
center,
north.
so it's equal from either neighbor.
okay. Yeah, but they were very concerned about people walking the trail, being able to look into their house
That will,
and stuff like that, so.
yeah, just between the topography and the vegetation, that they have a lot of privacy.
Yeah, no, I know, but just.
I'm just, stating that, but
If we could kind of have an idea of how many feet away the trail is from there.
Well, if it's just flagged, it would be fine.
Yeah.
Look at it themselves.
pretty much existing right now.
So it's just that trail there, the trail that's there already that runs down into the other one. That runs down into that Woods Road.
Yes, exactly, yeah, kind of loops around and then down.
Yeah.
But it's down way past way to the west of their property.
Okay.
Let's say the trail would be like half of this, like 125 feet in, if it's not.
And then, sorry, I should have provided that.
They must be pleased that that's gonna be conserved.
They do have, by the way, I don't make too big a deal of this, but you can see there's encroachment there. To the north of their pavement, where there's lawn,
That's here, I think.
get to your. So if you go to their pavement.
Oh, are they over their line?
Yes, they
Is that
are,
what you're saying?
there's an encroachment, and a big tile.
Where is it? Where is the encroaching?
This section right here.
Where?
Oh, I can't see your,
I don't see what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry.
let me get up there.
Let me get share, I'm sure.
Yeah, there you go. So, right in here.
So was that?
Is that line accurate?
I think it's pretty close, but I also documented it in the baseline report. And I was pretty sure it was an encroachment. And there's a big pile of lawn clippings.
Yeah, they dump them.
Here you can. maybe
I think
see
they think they own.
And I don't think they do.
Well,
We could,
You have to look at their as-bills to just to see how.
Well, we've got the, yeah, I mean, we've got the,
But these are off sometimes.
Yeah, these are, right.
Yeah.
but I don't think I'm pretty sure that there's an encroachment there, but.
Well, look
So we-
at this one, like it's on the driveway, so you would assume that the line is
Yeah, that's
a little
true.
further away from the driveway on that side.
Yeah,
Well, we've got
Yeah, why don't you find them in?
bounds of mark,
Yeah,
Check.
they were surveyed, there's a survey.
Oh, this bound.
there's
Oh, yeah,
certain,
that was part of the,
Okay.
part of the, survey that we did, did. So we can go out there and try to investigate a little bit, but, you know, at least, when I was doing the baseline report, I felt probably it was.
Are they pipe bounds or concrete or what kind of?
There's, it varies, I think there's an iron rod, there may be, definitely plant, it may just be a drill hole by the road.
the ones that it was just surveyed down now.
Yes.
Yeah, because I know one of the woods is an iron rod. So,
It's, you know, so rods, drill holes and other features. So we can, you know, I really don't want to make a big deal of it to these people, but other than say, you know, stuff dumping along.
Yeah.
Something, yeah, because it's the lawn clipping pile actually, it goes quite a bit beyond mine. I'm sitting there probably about 20 feet or so.
and they have plenty of
Beyond
room to do it.
beyond the tree line. Beyond the tree line.
What put
So-
them on the agenda and invite them in?
well, let's, if we can mark out the parking lot. So they could see that.
Yeah.
You know, just flag it, and then even if you could just flag the trail from the parking lot.
I'll see if I can get,
Just a couple of flags, you don't have to make, it doesn't have to be a big deal, just something that they can actually.
I'd actually like to clear it. I was kind of hoping, but the interns are done, unless Mary Reed wants to,
Yeah,
something to do tomorrow.
I think she did, when I texted her, she's like, oh, okay, maybe a little bit of that.
If she could, that'd be great,
Yeah,
you know, just, we put some kind of, just whack it down, there's not, we just
Yeah,
stand.
I know exactly what it is.
So it'd be nice, if she's got some time, like or something to do, she could knock that down. And then there's a stake right there. You know exactly where the bound is. Corner.
they had staked out the potential parking lots, right?
Well, it's, not that side, I don't think we did, but it's, the dimensions are on the plan,
Okay, we mentioned.
on the recorded plan. And the dimensions are, they're a little bit, more than is really needed.
Mhm.
You know, my thought, well, we'll see it, we should go there, you can probably get about 3 cars in there without clearing any trees, or very few trees, if any. And there's a break in the stone wall there. I mean, it's basically where the contractor, or the developer, excuse me, back in the 90s, they built the road.
Right.
That kind of goes around all the way to the old ancient archive. And I looked at the aerial imagery from now in the 80s, 90s, it was mid-90s. You could very clearly see the road was built. And it was a pretty significant effort. You can see in LiDAR, you can see cut, those are just clearing, they made a cut in places, they changed the topography. But anyway, but it makes sense just to reestablish that.
Are the butters aware that it's gonna be what, 3 cars, did you say? When you say parking lot, you think supermarket malls and stuff, you think paved. So has it been described to them as it's actually going to be, which is just a few cars and gravel?
No, they asked me about it, I said, yeah, they're looking to put a parking lot there.
Parking lot is.
I didn't, if that's why I said if we could flag it, it would be very helpful, I think. First of all, I have no idea how big the parking lot's gonna be. I don't know.
We can call it parking area.
Pull over.
Yeah,
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, I didn't know. They asked me and I told them.
but when we meet with them and we talk about this again, we can have the plan. And we can,
Chris is saying something.
Yep, Chris, are you saying something? Parking spots. Versus parking spots. Okay.
I'm a little late for that, so.
Anyway, okay, so, what's the plan?
If you can mark that out, or somebody can just mark out, just flag for us,
Yeah,
nothing crazy. So they can let me know, I can let them know, take a look at it. And depending when this all happens, it'll actually, if they want something me.
okay, and it's okay if I get a cost estimate?
Yeah.
You know, because, if we can fast track this, we might make town meeting in November. BC funds. Will probably be the District 9 lot, which I think around something like $16,000. Something, this might be, that ballpark.
I think this might be more, I think there's some rock and stuff there too, isn't there, Mike?
I think the District 9 parking lot was bigger. But we can see.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no problem.
20,000 maybe, ballpark. And then, the kiosk there, and that's. It's already got the brick in the wall. I'll see if I can get us a cost estimate and then, and get it marked, get it flagged. And, I think that I'll send you guys the plan. Engineer drawing, recorded plan that shows parking lot at both locations, both common. Maybe the Tina's letter. You guys remember seeing that, or did you ever?
Yeah, I looked at that spot, I don't know what the construction's. Nobody's moving those around.
But we're gonna be near them. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
but-
build a parking lot on that side, you would be.
Yeah, but it
close to.
what the group said, Sudbury Valley trustees said that they can make it and it won't affect that at all. I mean,
They won't touch those stones, but like I was trying to say before, there's always potential for something subsurface going on near. If it really was a cultural site, there could have been activities near it.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want to do is be, digging up the topsoil to put your gravel down.
no, I understand that.
Like some kind of a cultural resource.
I looked at the spot and it has been, that's a spot that has been, somebody moved, it has been excavated or something.
It's possible.
It's not like that hasn't been touched. I mean, that has been, that when they did the road or something, but it has been disturbed stuff,
But it wasn't-
disturbed for sure.
There's stuff that's happening that we're not sure exactly why certain things were done. There's a couple of dry wells that have been installed
Right.
up there.
Yeah, no, I know.
There's wild lily or lily of the valley, a whole bunch of that in that area, which suggests the ground was disturbed.
Yeah.
At some point. So here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's go back. I'll try to estimate. We'll try to coordinate with these people. The other thing we could offer, if you have concerns, we could, some plantings in one of the green it better than Wilkie Street.
Yeah, I don't know, I just think they're just concerned because borders property and every time we do this, if you're putting in near people's homes, everybody's concerned. I don't see anything different here.
That's true.
Yeah,
It is, it's true. I mean, when you put the parking lot across and up for my house, and I'm thinking, oh my God, now I'm gonna have a parking lot across the street. But
So how many beer
No.
parties have there been? So far?
it's no miles,
Really?
really.
So,
I told my kids if they need overflow parking at holidays, they can park in the parking lot up the street. They don't do. They park on the lawn.
All right, well, thank you.
But I can share that with the
Okay.
people when they come in.
Can we have time to talk about the beavers?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Okay, so I met with John Beaver Solutions about Southborough Road. And so they have to replace that cage, that whole piece that actually collapsed everything. It was supposed to be done last year, early in the spring this year. And I called them a number of times and it never got done. So I believe we have an estimate from last year for it. They will hold that estimate. We had a little discussion about that. He said, yeah, we're gonna keep the estimate you gave us. So I agreed to that. But here's the issue. They can do that. That secondary dam, the culvert, it's already flooded to the top of the culvert, the downstream side of the culvert. It's already to the top of that. If the beavers get very active, like they tend to do in the fall and build that dam more, and we get more rain, that water is going to start affecting the road. The only alternative for that place is trapping those beavers. Like there's nothing we can do because of that secondary dam. They will, if the DPW takes it out, and assuming they do it in a way that all the crap doesn't go downstream and affect the two things we have down there.
The culvert.
We have the culvert fence and then we have the fence in front of the culvert fence to make sure they don't dam the culvert fence. So if they did that right, the beavers are just going to build that up. So the only option there is if that water gets too high is to trap those beavers. And then to try to mitigate the new beavers that come in, the DPW would have to try to dig out all that the old dam, the secondary dam, not the one on the berm, the secondary dam. So that's what we have there. That's what we got. So they're gonna replace the cage and all that. But there is nothing we can do in that area.
contingency is if the beavers come in, then
Well, the beavers are there. If they build that dam high,
if they go higher, then we have to act.
then the beavers would have
We
to
have to
trap.
act.
I mean, DPW will act anyways.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm
They
just saying,
will act. We-
Yeah.
yeah, that,
But there's the permitting issue, right, since they're gonna be potentially developing water levels and removing the dam.
well, that's if they do. I'm just pointing out.
I'm just, that's one thing
Yeah.
that we should think about is that I think that might trigger the need for permit. The other thing is, I understand, what you're saying. I feel better if we did end up removing that dam, gave the beavers like one opportunity and a chance. If they build it back, then the Board of Health can authorize trapping, but I kind of like to give them a chance. You know, you're probably right, they're probably gonna go back, but there's a chance they might not.
So I just wanted to explain the situation.
Yeah, you know,
So if the water comes high, if the beavers,
Yeah, it's
If
up
the
to
water comes
the
out.
highway department.
then we'll have to remove the beavers. And at that point, we'll have to file some sort of a permit to clean up the area. Not we, but the collective we of the world,
The town.
the town, us. I'm just getting the sequence.
Yeah, so let's assume they get trapped out, break that dam. The water level then drops down to the channel.
Right.
All that stuff
Should be
should be
removed.
removed if we want to discourage the new beavers from rebuilding that dam. So the problem, the reason they have to be trapped though is you can't. No matter what you do, they will raise the water level.
Yeah.
There's like no option in this. It's, it just,
I mean, there's no chance they're abandoning it.
no, well, not yet. I mean, unless, Bobcat.
Now, I'm just saying that so that people are aware of what's happening, what the plan would have to be.
I personally feel like
They'll
you give
behave
them
themselves.
I mean, the trapping's not our responsibility, but still just give them another chance.
Do
The
you,
town,
do you have the old estimate and all that stuff, that I sent that stuff back in the day to you. I don't know that I have.
Let me see if I can.
So we're gonna do that this fall and this spring.
They're gonna replace the
Do the work.
pond leveler.
Now
on the
or
main
this
thing. Yeah, in the near future, I just have. You just tell them. Yeah, go ahead. It's already been formed, we already approved it, but they didn't do it and we lost the money.
Oh,
So I was a little aggravated. Cause I spoke to them a number of times, Mike has kind of stepped back from. It's kind of argued. Mike was, yeah, Mike Cullen. So he's got his nephews running it and they're not quite as efficient.
Which, it's not, I have Fowler Street downstream. I'm sorry, I wasn't sure where, which.
No, Southborough Road,
Southborough Road.
yeah, or Westborough, I don't know how that's how he talks about it.
I don't know where my papers, I think they went upstream, I don't know. I don't mind it. If I want to watch.
Oh, there's a picture.
Oh, my little
Chris,
walk
is there-
there, I have walked by many times when they've been down in that ditch. Look at me, I just
Okay.
keep down, I keep walking, I keep working, I'm like, you know.
What's the date on that?
So,
Oh,
looking at it from December 2025.
That's, I think that's the
Oh,
one.
the window,
But it's one of them's Fowler Street and one of them's Mechanic Street. I don't see South.
Oh, so that's gotta be, at Sandy's when they, the proposal for all of that.
Right,
But there should be one either before then, dated before then or dated after that. Cause we got a quote on it. Like, I can't remember, they gave us options, but
maybe Lauren has it in the
DPW taking something out or something.
We don't have a voucher.
yeah.
Maybe I have it somewhere, but I usually send it.
So if it's not in here, it's possibly it's in the paper file upstairs.
Okay. All right.
And maybe we just put it online somewhere where we can't find it. I already found 2 spots where we have paper stuff, one in accounting and one.
Yeah, because I just wanna make sure we're, that, going to be charged for. You're originally supposed to be charged, not the new rate.
Oh, wait, here's another one. Oh, wait a second. 2/6/26.
That
Oh,
might be
this is
it,
it.
or is that just a clean out?
Remember? Southborough Road was this device is highest priority for replacement.
There we
Yes.
go, yeah. That would be it,
Thank you. And then there's the estimate.
okay,
Westboro.
so that's
Was it?
the price, I don't remember.
She's got it right there.
1864.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't remember, but
Okay.
there's all kinds of stuff in there, and I think there are options if DPW takes some of the crap away, they don't charge us for it, and stuff like that. I have to, I have to read it again.
Do you need a motion of any kind?
We already approved it.
Here's my sign, so I think.
Just an update.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you.
we're good, so I just wanted to make sure.
Thank you for that. All right, anything else? Anybody online or in the arena? Okay, motion to adjourn. So moved.
Second,
In favor? Aye.
I'm out of here.
And the aye.